Today we will be talking about coral bleaching and how it affects marine life and life on land. Coral bleaching happens because of the rising ocean temperatures. The warm water causes the algae in the coral's tissue to expel, leaving the coral a bleached white. Another effect is human pollution. Currently, the corals are being impacted majorly in a negative way. In 1980, 8% of the corals suffered from bleaching. In 2016, a whopping 31% of corals have suffered from bleaching. There are lots of people trying to help, however, there are so many people unaware of what is happening in the oceans, so we need to spread awareness fast.
Corals cover 0.1% of the ocean. However, they support 25% of the marine life and living a healthy life. Without corals, many marine life would die. So why do so many people not know what their actions are causing? Coral reefs are dying from the rising ocean temperatures and human pollution. Rising ocean temperatures cause the corals to become stressed, which means they will begin to release algae, also known as zooxanthellae. This algae provides energy for photosynthesis. This leaves the coral starving. This leaves behind a sharky white skeleton. Corals can recover from bleaching, however, persistent and extreme bleaching, such as what is happening right now, can kill an entire reef. Pollution affects the coral majorly as well. The corals need clean and clear water to survive. When pollution enters the water, it smothers the coral and speeds the growth of damaging algae. Pollution is very gross and dirty, so this makes the water quality lower. Pollution also makes the corals more prone to diseases and causes changes in the food structure. Now, on to the interview with Miss Murgis, the marine bio teacher at Emerson Middle School. Hi, I'm here with the marine biology teacher at Emerson Middle School. I'm going to be asking her some questions on the topic coral bleaching. One, how do you feel about coral bleaching?
Well, I'm definitely not in favor of coral bleaching. It's a bad thing. It's not helpful.
What are some things humans could do to save corals?
To save corals, right? So coral bleaching happens when the temperature of the ocean rises, and one of the main problems is using too much fossil fuels, which give off a lot of carbon dioxide, and that warms the ocean. So if we can do things that cut down our use of fossil fuels, like using cars less often, using less electricity, burning less fossil fuels, burning less coal, burning less fossil fuels, that would cut down on coral bleaching.
Why are the coral reefs dying?
So corals can only live in a certain temperature. When they tend to get higher temperatures, they can't survive in that temperature, and they are actually like having a fever, you could say, and that's why they're bleaching. They're giving off their algae, and they're losing their food supply. They're bleaching out, and they're kind of killing themselves by doing that.
And my last question is, how does pollution have to do with coral bleaching?
How does pollution have to do? Well, it's really what's going on in the atmosphere that's happening, that's warming the atmosphere and warming the ocean temperature. It's getting trapped. That temperature is getting trapped in the ocean, and when that's heating up the ocean, it is hurting the corals.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oceans can survive without us, however, we can't. We depend on our oceans for a primary food supply, climate regulator, our life support, and so much more. Why are we letting the reason that we are still living die right under our noses? They provide our Earth with a livable climate full of oxygen from trillions of microscopic plants. These plants produce close to 100 million tons of food each year, enough to provide one in every 4 or 5 people with their daily protein. Corals are a main food source in the marine life. We must take action.